So where are you at the moment?
On my way to Lismore.
All right, you're busy at the moment doing shows?
Yeah, I played Port Macquarie last night, and tonight's Lismore, and then 2 Brisbane shows.
And you've just released a new solo album, No Dangerous Gods in Tunnel.
Correct, though.
What's the meaning of that title?
It's just a little in-joke, and it kind of ties in with the artwork. The artwork was done by a mate of mine called Gleno, and it's excellent. It just shows a very bored god whittling lightning bolts.
Okay, it's got nothing to do with driving taxis?
No, but I did actually think of it while driving a taxi because I was just thinking of something funny in terms of they're doing a lot of repair work on one of the highways there, and there's a big sign saying no dangerous goods in tunnel, the common one.
Yeah. So how are you doing now after what happened to you in the taxi in May?
I'm just frustrated that the recovery is so slow. Health-wise, I feel pretty good in terms of, I've gone back to exercising lightly and, jogging and, generally the fractures healed and all that sort of thing. But the dizziness and vertigo is still very, very up front. I'm still suffering from it quite strongly, and it's very, when's this going to bloody go type of thing. And I'm headed to Japan in less than 3 weeks now with the Hard-Ons. I mean, the tour was booked, over 6 months ago, and just didn't want to cancel it. And even the doctor was saying, you'll be right. That's 3 months away. Your vertigo should go by then. And I just can't believe that, I still have it. I'm kind of closing my eyes and I'm going to, on a Hard-Ons tour, and I know I can't move my head too much because as soon as I move my head in any vigorous fashion or, up and down, left and right, too strongly, I feel like falling over.
You are going to return to taxi driving, you said in an interview.
Well, yeah, look, my girlfriend's yelled at me about it, but it's like, I still got to work. I still got to earn a living, and I'm not qualified to do anything else. I mean, I would love it if I could make money off music, but I can't. And the reason why I even got my taxi license is because it's a job that's very flexible with time. So, because technically you work for yourself. So whenever I do go on tour or anything, I, just tell the operator, it's like, hey, I'm away for 3 weeks. I'll be back, yada, yada, have a cab for me, on that particular Tuesday. And, I'm back at work. Whereas every other part-time / casual job I've had, as soon as I've gone on tour, I've lost it.
Yeah.
And cost of living is so high these days. I can't afford to not work. I just can't afford to do it.
What happened to you is every taxi driver's worst nightmare.
I know, and the thing is I could have avoided it as well, when I think about, what I did. Like, they were kids, so I didn't even have my guard up, Even when one of the guys punched me, one of the kids punched me, I was like, it didn't hurt, and I still didn't, I grabbed him, but I still didn't hit him or retaliate, because all I could think of was like, man, look how young this little shit is, he's not even as old as my son. And that's what kept going through my mind, and, I can't, he was intoxicated, so I don't have it in me to, deck out a kid. Even though I had, looking back on it, it's like exactly what I should have done. I should have rammed his head through a, glass window. But I don't think that way, you know what I mean? And, so he punches me, I grab him so I don't get hit again. And, I'm screaming in his face, telling him to calm down. And then, I get hit from behind and end up with a fracture and whatnot.
So in the future when you go back, you're going to be on guard no matter who gets in your cab?
Yeah, I've learnt a lesson. Doesn't matter how young they are, how old they are, whatever, everyone's a potential danger.
Yeah, well, hopefully it won't happen to you again. Wish you the best of luck with that. With the Hard-Ons tour of Japan, you've had a couple of lineup changes with the Hard-Ons. Who exactly is playing with you now?
Me and Ray have always been, the two constants. And, Kesh was in a band for well over 20 years.
Mm.
And, we've just changed. Murray's our third drummer. Pete, just because we don't earn money and we, we're touring a lot, he just couldn't afford it with 2 small children, much time off work. So we have a drummer now called Murray.
And Kesh still does play with you sometimes?
He pops up and, does vocals from time to time. I mean, yeah, we're still really good friends, and, we're just not really on the same page musically, but, yeah, friendship-wise, yeah, of course. So it's still really fun to play Kesha every now and then.
And your solo stuff the music is completely different to the Hard-Ons. Is that you felt you had to get a different side of you out there?
No, I didn't feel like I had to. I just wanted to. Like, the urge was really strong. Like, there's a lot of reasons for me doing it, and, they're all artistic reasons. And it's just an avenue that I just it dawned on me that I really wanted to explore this. And once I started, I just couldn't stop. I was enjoying the hell out of it.
One of your kids was older than the kid in the taxi. You've got 2 children, don't you?
No, just the one.
Oh, right. Is he a musician?
Yeah, he's a drummer.
Does he play on your shows or CD or anything?
No, he calls my stuff boring old fart stuff. But on my next solo record, I am thinking about having percussion on there again, and I think he would be pretty chuffed to do it. I mean, I know I would be to, have my son play on a record with me, so I haven't asked him yet, but I'm going to, and it just depends whether he likes the stuff enough or not.
Yeah. Even if it's only a one-off thing, it'd be good.
Oh, it'd be wonderful. Like, I'm kind of hoping it happens because, it's just something I think would be really, really nice.
Yeah. Are you still doing stuff with the Nunchukka Superfly?
Yeah, we're still going as well, and I'm hoping that by November we finished our next record, which we're halfway through. So
you don't go from one to the other, you're doing things with all of them at the same time and your own stuff?
Yep.
Yeah. You like to keep busy?
Look, I love music, and I can't do everything in the one group or the one project, so I kind of need to spread it out. It's also the fact that, in this country you can't make money from music. So it's not like, I could play in the one band and do everything and have, everyone go to rehearsals, 4 nights out of 5 and things like that, because, everyone's like, oh, no, it's too expensive, or no, I've got to work that night, and you know what I mean? So there's a lot of those, especially, like me and Ray are in our 40s, so we've got a lot of family commitments and stuff, so it's just not viable. So, I can do stuff like I can practice once a week with Nunchukka, and we can do that. Once a week with Hard-Ons, and the solo stuff I can do, virtually all day long if I want, because,
Yeah.
You got to rehearse.
Well, you've had a bit of success in Europe with the Hard-Ons in Spain and I think Germany. Are you planning on taking your solo stuff there?
I'm actually taking it to Japan in a couple of weeks' time. I'm doing a concurrent solo tour with the Hard-Ons tour. But I'm just lucky enough the guy there really digs the solo shit, so he invited me to play as well, and they've released a record there. I would love to also be able to go to play Europe. I guess time will tell.
Yeah. What happened to you? Have you written any songs about it, or have you feel like you've been releasing some of it through music?
I have, but I don't like spelling things out too literally, lyrically, as a rule. So yeah, what's happened to me has popped up in a lyric or two. It's not something that I will be really spelling out.
It's therapy for you anyway.
Yeah, and yeah, with stuff like that, I keep it. It's quite personal because I'm not one of those go out there and every song's like a page from my diary.
Yeah. For the future, you just want to keep doing what you're doing with your own stuff, the Hard-Ons and Nunchukkas.
Yeah, I definitely do. I mean, I really love music a lot, and as I get older, I seem to love it more, so I can't see the urge to be involved in it abating anytime soon.
Well, what about, like you said, you're not qualified to do anything else, but are you producing your own music?
Yeah. Yes, of course.
So have you thought about producing or writing for other artists?
No, not producing, really. I would That's a really tough question because the main problem with doing stuff for other artists is I always have this slight paranoia that it's going to be taking away from my own art. You know, I'll be dedicating energy and, you know, my ideas to somebody else as opposed to my stuff. And that, it's kind of hard to explain, but, you know, I'd a little bit paranoid about spreading myself too thin.
Yeah.
You know, I probably would do it if I was asked, but only if it was financially viable.
Yeah.
And writing for other people, yeah, you know, that's something I've considered as well because, you know, there are a lot of times I write stuff and I think, oh, well, you know, say, for instance, Hard-Ons have enough pop songs to last for the next 2 records, so, you know, what am I going to do with this track? You know, and I just store them, whereas sometimes I think, man, I should just give it to someone else. Maybe
one day you should just at least try doing that.
Yeah, perhaps. It is something I've tentatively thought about, but there's always, as I said before, that slight paranoia of, ooh, if I spread myself too thin, what's my own stuff going to be like? I don't want to dilute my own stuff because, you know, that's my main concern and, you know, main love.
What's your favourite song on the new album?
Look, my three favourites on the record are probably Looking for the Devil in Every Detail, which is track 2. And I also really like track 4 called Tickle, which, if I'm lucky enough, I might end up with a film clip for that song. Friends doing some animation for it. And, yeah, track 6, Watercolours, I like a lot. And 7, called Shack. I dig that track as well.
So Tickle would be the most likely to be a single then?
I guess you would call it look, it's very representative of the record, and it's a song I always really dig playing live, and, you know, do it almost every night that I play.
Thank you very much for calling.
No worries. Well, thanks for your time.
Yeah, good luck with the tour of Japan and with your recovery as well.
Thanks very much.
Okay, bye.
See ya.